Hello, everyone, and welcome to another announcement, little video announcement like it's 2011. Woohoo! So, today I want to talk about a couple of things that I've been kind of holding on to for a while. Um, a lot of these things that I was going to mention in the Beta World Tour video, but that video is so long, I cut most of that stuff out. So, I figured it was only right to talk about a lot of these things here. So I've been kind of quiet for a long time on the channel in terms of just talking about myself. Uh, I've made a lot of music in the past, and the music makes up for some of my thoughts and things like that, but not really about the channel itself. So I figured today is going to be a good opportunity to just kind of talk about how I'm feeling about a lot of these things and what's the future of the channel. As the title suggests, where do I go from here? So the Beta World Tour video. This video was the main goal that I've had in mind for about 2 years. The world that you see here has been in progress for about 2 years, a little bit under that. But um, in 2024, I decided that I wanted to make some World Tour videos, and I wanted to do a playthrough from alpha into beta into release Minecraft. Um, and my thought process of playing older versions has really changed. I learned a lot throughout my entire playthrough, and so much that I should make a video on it on its own, but I'm incredibly lazy. So um, this was I could eventually do something like that, but we'll have to see. But and I really enjoyed playing through these older versions, but I don't think I ever want to play through them again unless there was some other novelty comes around that makes me want to do it again. But the Beta World Tour was my end goal for um the past 2 years. And now that it's done, I'm kind of sitting here in a state of like, well, what do I do now? I'm gonna continue this world in some sort of video format. There, no more world tours. That's definitely not happening. I think I've had my fill, but I do think I'm going to continue it on the channel. I'm not going to just end it here, obviously, and you'll never see it again. But I don't know how I want to go about it. Um, I'm very proud of how the beta video came out. It is probably my best work, and it was a shit ton of work too. So I don't want to just leave it hanging. I kind of want to continue the upward trend that I've been going on here for the past year. So I don't want to don't want to lose it. Um, that being said, we are entering the spring and summer months here soon, which is ironic because I'm looking out my window right now and it's currently snowing, but we will be getting there eventually. And I have a lot going on in the summertime and in the springtime, and I would like to be on the internet less, so um, that's gonna be coming around as well. So yeah, videos of this world will continue. They'll probably be as frequent as ever, but I'm very happy with what I've done with the Alpha World Tour and the Beta World Tour, and I would like to continue the higher quality that I have been focusing on. The next thing I would like to discuss is music. It's no secret, music on this channel is my number one love and passion. But currently, I have been working on like a remake. I've been in a remake state of mind, a phase, I guess, of making songs. And I actually have one. I actually have been working on one that will be the next one you hear, but I'm not quite sure about it yet. So there is one coming, but yeah, the remake state of mind. That's where I've been at with music, going in my older stuff and remaking it. And there's many reasons for that. And the first reason is uh just I'm kind of lazy, to be honest. It's not really even being lazy. It's just it's much easier to make music um when you're basing it off something else, especially something my own. And it's been an interesting process. It feels different than making something new. And I kind of enjoy doing it. It feels like a redemption arc of way. And I know I really shouldn't look at it that way. Um but it makes me feel good, and the reception towards it has been positive from what I've seen. So I will keep on doing that for the foreseeable future. Um, but I do want to make new standalone music again. Um, I just don't know when I want to do that because that takes a lot of time, and kind of doing it in the empty way that I do it, where I just upload it to the channel and not having really much uh, attachment towards it. You know, making music for Legacy Plus, for example, was a very rewarding experience, and I much rather do something like that than just make something out of the blue. Even though I have ideas every now and then, and I think the remakes are a good way to do that for now. And I think when I eventually start making new music again, I want to upload it to a different channel, have a degree of separation, because I feel like this channel has had quite a history, and I would like to kind of separate it. Have, a channel for music, a channel for myself, all the things I've done over the years. Um, I would like to do that, I think. I just, we'll see. I know that I've had many requests to put all this music on like a Bandcamp or SoundCloud or Spotify even, and I have to do that. I know I've been extremely lazy with that, and I actually had a SoundCloud for a couple of years in that um they started asking me to pay to put more songs on there, and I'm a cheap bastard, and I said no. So I um kind of gave up on that. So I will be doing something with that as well. But probably when I start making new music again, because I do want to finally, I do want to have that degree of separation. All the music I've put on this channel over the past few years has felt like a learning experience. A lot of it I'm really happy with. A lot of it's kind of whatever. But for over 10 years, being passionate about music, I've made a lot of progress, and I kind of want to, you know, I don't want to completely abandon it, but I would like to have a point where I, start focusing it on more seriously, and maybe on a different channel. Um, like how I'm going to be focusing more seriously on videos on this channel. That just makes sense to me, to finally have it separate. Um, Hell, maybe this could be the music channel, and then the videos could go somewhere else. But I think it's easier to move music to another, whole nother thing, and that's going to make a lot more sense to me. Um, but of course, let me know what your thoughts are about that, I guess. So, the one final thing that I want to talk about, or it's not even the final thing, but just kind of the biggest thing I want to talk about in this little announcement update thing, is just kind of where I'm at headspace wise for making videos and in this channel. And I am very happy. I mentioned earlier, I'm very happy with the work that I've put in with the Beta World Tour and all that stuff. And I feel like I'm making progress and making higher quality content that I've wanted to get myself into for a long time now. I'm extremely hard on myself, as you guys know, um, because you guys deserve the best from. If you're watching a video on YouTube, you deserve the best from it, in my opinion. So I've been very passionate as of late. Even though I did mention earlier as we exit the winter, because like there's really nothing else for me to do other than typical daily chores on the inside, in the inside, in the indoors, other than typical stuff. This is my main outlet. So, but I have been very passionate, trying to channel, um, get this channel moving, but I can only do so much. And the past few months have been a bit of a struggle. Um, I have lost a few family members in the past month alone, and even a coworker. So it's been a very rough 2026 so far. And to not get into many details about that, but it's very tragic. um, very, very tragic all around. And I laugh because it's just completely just absurd just thinking about it. Um, and doing the Beta World Tour video was a huge helpful thing in that time. I could put my nose to the grindstone and really not think about it. And that's kind of the whole birthplace of this YouTube channel, really, is tragic things happening, and I put my nose to the grindstone and do things that I just keep my mind off things like that. And, and the reason I'm bringing it up is, it's that thought process is deeply tied to this YouTube channel. And, but there is one thing that's been a key theme in my life for the past 10 months, 9 months now. Um, and that is I have been very focused on health. And I've been very focused on a weight loss journey. I have not talked about this a whole lot on the channel. It's because it has been my number one priority in life at this current time, and it's been an insane, insane journey. I've lost a lot of weight in a relative amount of time, and it has changed me in ways that I didn't even think I could imagine. And one thing that I want you all to know is that I know we have a lot of like acceptance, and there's people in this world who need acceptance and to be recognized for who they are. But a lot of it, but I hear things like fat phobia or plus size acceptance. And there is something to be said about, loving people and loving yourself despite if you have health issues or not. But I think we need to draw standards at some point for um for people that you love, and losing weight is a positive thing. um and I know there's medical exceptions for people who are overweight, but if you have no medical exceptions and you are in denial like I'm speaking from experience here. Okay, I started this YouTube channel. I was a very big person. Okay, well, I was well over, I was almost into the 300-pound range. And I have been, I've been trying to get into the 100-pound range. That is my goal. Um, and I shed a lot of it early on in a few months, and I've been maintaining it for a few months now here in the winter months. But this means a lot to me, and I feel like a completely different person. And to bring it back into the whole YouTube thing, look at my YouTube videos, and despite the quality of the videos on their own, that's its own can of worms, but I just see a different person. I see a person who was struggling. I see a person who was just abusing life, just eating all the time, drinking to excess, just in a just in a way, just falling apart. and and so the reason why I have been so hard on myself is this YouTube channel is because I've poured a lot of myself into it, and a lot of it was a mental and physical struggle. And to be, despite 2026 starting out horribly in very terrible ways, this is the biggest positive action I've ever took in my life, and it means a lot to me. And I would hope that if you're watching this and you struggle with being overweight and it's not like strictly a medical issue, and if you could be in denial of how big you actually are, and being in shape is the best thing for you. And it sucks, it's tough, when you go every day eating like shit and drinking super sugary drinks and all this shit. It's tough to break it. Okay, I'm struggle with it daily where I want to eat more than I should. um but I feel so different. I feel like a completely different person, and I may sound like a completely different person. And that is the biggest takeaway from this announcement video that's full of these different things that I've mentioned. This is a huge state of mind change, and I want you guys to be aware of that, because I'm definitely not the same when I started out this YouTube channel, and I feel like I'm on an upward trend um as of late. And times are still tough. The world is shit right now, but this has been keeping me positive. And if you struggle with the same thing, don't be afraid to start taking action. Okay, you don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to, you know, subscribe to anything. You can simply do push-ups off the floor or off the wall or just something. Just do something. Taking responsibility, taking action in your own life will will be leaps and bounds compared to where you are now. And I know there's things to be said about not what not letting what others people think about you affect you to like a certain degree, but when you are a fat person and you are a big person and you are well over 300 pounds, that affects people around you. You don't realize how much that affects people. Um, and they may not say it, but you can feel the judgment. And the judgment comes from a place of wanting you to be better. So, and I think judgment and critique is often misconstrued in this world as um, being purely negative and hatred, but really most of it comes from a place of wanting just you to be better. And in this specific instance, I feel completely different and I feel better than I ever have. And I want everyone here who's watching this to think about that. Even if you don't have a weight issue, even if you have to have a gaining weight issue. I have a friend of mine who's deathly skinny and he can't keep weight on to save his life. So he's constantly eating the fattiest and the most disgusting food possible, and he can't really keep on weight. Everyone's different. But if anyone who has a similar case to me, just this is I just hope you take some sort of inspiration from this. Um, so yeah, I think that's gonna do it for everything I wanted to mention today. Um, I guess the TLDR is that I'm feel like a completely different person, and I'm on an upward trend. I feel like not only in YouTube, but um in a personal life, other than some tragedy that's been recent. But I feel like we are, and I am moving into a better direction. And yeah, I might be quiet for a while, and I'll make a lot of these decisions that I mentioned earlier whenever I feel like it and whenever I can. But it's just been nice to um, speak on this and connect. So thank you guys so much for sticking around all these years, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.